Hey guys, this is the Hidden Matrix and welcome back to another video on this channel. And in today's video we're going to be drawing Sonic the Hedgehog. It's going to be the classic Sonic version and it's going to be from Sonic Mania with a Tyson Hesse style drawing to it, like it was from the Sonic Mania Adventures and the animation for the opening of Sonic Mania. We're going to be drawing this Sonic, this picture, and I'm going to show you guys as best I can, step by step, how to draw this Sonic, and hopefully you'll learn something from this and become better at drawing Sonic and drawing in general. So to start off with, for step 1, I'm going to be drawing a rough Sonic the Hedgehog, so I'm going to be quickly going over how you want to do that, and we're going to be doing it rough sketch. So I'm going to get my drawing up so I can make sure I can get the proportions, and I'll be straight on to drawing the head and the body to start off with. Try your best to draw a decent rough circle, something like this, and then what you can do is like that, and then go over it like this, and then you've got Sonic tilting his head there, and then for his body we'll go straight onto it like that, sort of like a beanie circle shape, and then for his legs like that. And then for his left leg down, keeping it similar level. You can draw the inside circle, Sonic's belly as well. And if you're drawing this on a digital tablet, you can always resize your drawing. So remember to always keep in mind, since I nearly forgot to tell you guys, if you're drawing on paper with a pencil or whatever equipment you're using, you'll want to make sure that you keep everything inside the paper if you want to not cut off your line, as you don't want to be doing that, and you want to try and keep everything in. So just remember not to draw the head too high and not to do the middle body too low into the paper, or you'll cut out the legs. So just try and keep it at a small size to where it will all fit in. So what I'm quickly going to do is resize my drawing just to make sure I can fit in Sonic's spikes, especially his top spike. And on Clip Studio Paint, all you have to do is go Control T for a quick shortcut to this transformation tool, and straight away just hold down Shift and Alt and drag like this until you get a size that you're happy with. You can always move it down just to make it a little bit easier as well. So now we'll draw the spikes of Sonic just to make it a bit easier. First, this is all like a rough sketch, so you want to go with like a triangle for his spikes and try and keep the triangle as pointy as you can at the end of the spike. And we'll give this one a bit of a curve. And we'll go down here. I will rub that bit out at the top so you guys can see the correct line that I'm going for, even though it is all rough sketch, so it won't always be perfect, as you can edit it slightly when you are later going and making fine lines with this. Second spike, we go to here and then down. You want to keep it around about there with the spike for his second spike. And I will just move this bit up here and join it up. So once you've sorted that second spike out and you're happy with it, in the right position with your proportion of your drawing, what you want to do next is go from here down till there, and then we'll go like this, and that is basically Sonic done for the proportions and everything. And Sonic is looking a little bit more like Sonic the Hedgehog, but of course we are missing one of the crucial features on Sonic, which is the face. So I'm going to draw the mouth now. So you want to go like this. So with the mouth you go up to about here, and then you start curving it up. It's like loads of arches his mouth is, and then we will curve this one like a C all the way down, and it will join up at the bottom of Sonic's mouth and the top of his body there. And now we can draw his mouth in. Simple line diagonally going up here, and then a diagonal line going downwards like that. and I will just shorten that off a bit. Try and give it a bit of a point on the end, as it's the closing of the mouth, and it sort of gives his mouth a bit more feeling to it and a little bit more, you know, it looks a bit better than just a line, so it's a little bit better that way. So now we're going to go and draw Sonic the Hedgehog's eyes. It's going to go like this to the top of the circle we drew, and then we're going to go down and curve it to there. And then we're going to curve it right back up, and then back around. And I'm going to rub things out so it's a bit easy for you guys to see. Then what you want to do is just go around like this and join up Sonic with his head and everything. Make it circular as possible. There we go. And then what I'm going to go and do is rub out this axis line and just get rid of a little bit of my sketch, just to make it easier to visually see. So I'm going to draw the middle of Sonic's eyebrows, which give him his frown and his definition of his eyes and everything, give him that attitude. Just like that down. Something as simple as that, just a line down with a slight curve. And then what you want to do is go for the ears. So we'll go to his left ear, which is here, and then put another triangle inside the triangle. Just like that, there we go. And then with the right ear, I'm going to rub out a bit so it's easier to see, so I'm not cutting across things too much. So we'll go there for his eye, and then we will use the rest, the space we created, to draw Sonic's ear. And it's slightly below, so if I draw a line, it's slightly, if you can keep that straight, it's slightly below the other ear. So you don't want to make the right ear too high up, as Sonic's leaning over, so you want to keep the right side of his head below his left side of his head, as his left side of his head is facing upwards. And then we'll do another triangle inside the triangle we made and join it up with the eyebrow we did, just like that. And that is Sonic the Hedgehog's 2 ears done. And what I will do is just resize Sonic's left ear just slightly. So guys, I've just cleaned up my drawing, so now it looks a bit neater and easier to see. So I just changed the spikes a little bit and just sort of smoothed out my lines slightly, but they're still a bit rough, and it's just a little bit easier to see and a lot better. So what we're going to go and do next is draw Sonic's nose and then his 2 eyes. So with the nose, it's basically like sort of a oval shape, a long stretched out oval. So I'm going to go like that, back down, and we have a little bit of the nose having a glow inside of the nose, just to make sure that Sonic is healthy. As long as he's got a white bit on his nose, you know Sonic's healthy. And can make that a little bit bigger like that, and it's looking good so far. So I'm going to draw very similar to the nose, the eyes. It's got a little bit of curve going in like that, and back up like this. I'm going to try and keep him as thin lined as possible, and you know, keep him as narrow as possible, because you don't want them to be too wide, as this Mania style, Tyson Hesse style, has quite thin eyes, so that'll be okay. I might just, with the editing tool, with the transform tool, sort of thin it out a little bit, just because of the lines might have been a little bit too thick, as I might just need to change my size of my pen, but this is just a sketch. And then with this eye, we go down here, and we'll do what we did, very similar, and go up to about there with it, and just give that a little bit more. There we go. For that eye, there we go, that is sorted. And Sonic looks like Sonic now. You can tell he's got that kind of Tyson Hesse style to him as well, which looks really, really cool and everything. So I'm liking the look of this Sonic. So what we're going to go and move on to next is the arms and hands, and then we'll finish off with the shoes of Sonic the Hedgehog. So to start off with, we'll go and create the sort of the points of where Sonic's arms will be, and one will be there, So what we'll do with this arm is go like this, the bottom bit of his arm, and keep it sort of like the same line and keep it at a decent width so his arm's not too thin and not too fat, and then we'll curve it like that. Next what we'll do is draw a circle for Sonic's hand and where we want it to go. And then we can join it up like this, nice and easy. So we did the wrist bit last, as it made it a little bit easier to draw where the wrist was, so we're not drawing the wrist too far into Sonic, and it just makes it a little bit easier to know where we want everything. So I'm going to draw a line there for where I want the thumb, and then a line down here for one of his fingers, and sort of a line there, and then one there, right inside the middle of Sonic's leg. And then we'll go and do the left hand. So right here you have a little bit of his arm showing. Rub that bit out slightly so it's a little bit more skin is showing there and the lines aren't covering it. There we go. And then with the hand, what we'll do is we'll go from about here, and the thumb kind of finishes around there at the bottom of Sonic's leg, and then it will sort of curve down with his finger and then curve all the way back up. And then with the glove we'll go around like this, and then a line down like that, and then a line outwards, sort of zigzagging slightly. We'll cut slightly into that circle to then do the opposite on this side, and then like that, and then we just want to do a little line like there, and as you can see that is Sonic's hand done. Now for the socks of Sonic the Hedgehog, we'll go with a line there, and we'll have like a middle point for where the socks cut across each other, and we'll go down to about here and sort of do a V shape, and then we'll do another V shape. It's almost like a Pac-Man mouth, and then we'll go back up. And then for Sonic's right sock, we'll join up there to the leg, then go outwards. Then from this point we'll go down. From here you can draw like a line diagonally going down and like another V shape, but this time it ends off with a little bit of a curve, so then it finishes off there and you go to this point. And then we have another arch here, and then what you want to do is join up this side with a bit of a V shape, and it slightly cuts into the other one above the bottom line of the left sock like that, and you should have something like this to have Sonic's socks nearly done. And all you got to do to finish off with this is a line like that, and then like that, and then with this you can see a bit into Sonic's socks. We've got a little bit of like a black kind of gap in his sock there, and that is Sonic's socks done. So just before you finish off the drawing with the shoes, want to draw the fingers of Sonic's hands just before that. So I nearly didn't get to it, but we'll go like this, so the V shape, and then a line in the middle of that to make it look like a left arrow. And then for the right arm hand, you want to go with a line starting from a little bit inside the circle, then slightly going below that circle, and then curving it back round to about there. And I will just rub out bits in the middle of that so it's easier to see the next line. And all you want to do is go down with a line like that. Then for the third finger, I'm going to rub out all these big unneeded lines, and what you do is just do a slight curve and then another little curve to finish off with the last finger, which is like this. And that is simply Sonic's right hand done for the fingers, and it's left with the thumb, which is just a curve slightly outside the circle of the hand and goes into the belly slightly, just like that. So now we can finish it off with the feet, and it's a simple shape really for the feet. All it is a simple triangle like that for Sonic's feet, and we're going to be developing that triangle a little bit more to give it more of a curve and everything. So go from here all the way and curve it slightly, this triangle line, and then you want to curve it back in to connect up with the first line we did, and then we go and do this basically the opposite for the other foot. Then we'll curve it like this and then back round. And for the white strap of Sonic's shoe, it's just two symmetrical lines going down to create the white strap in the middle of Sonic's red shoe, and it'll be pretty much similar on the left shoe of Sonic the Hedgehog. And there you go. That is Sonic done for the body and all the features, and he's looking great and everything, and it's looking good, and very, very happy with that, and I hope you're happy with your sketch. So all there is left to do for step 2 is to go over your sketch with nice clean line art with a black inked digital brush, or if it's a pencil you just want to clean up your lines and make it look a little bit sharper and everything, and just make it look nice and smooth and not rough and everything. So once that's done, we'll be ready for colouring in. So guys, once you've completed the line art and cleaned all your lines of your drawing to make it look nice and smooth and just a lot better than the sketch like this that we had before, then once you're happy with it, we can now go and colour, as I decided that I didn't want to do a time lapse of the line art as I felt it might be too long. But now that we're ready to colour, and if you want to colour in your drawing and not shade it, then what we want to have is the blue colour, which is right now as the H219, the S is 70 and the V is 100 for your colour wheel if you want to get that colour. And what you can also do is get this picture and simply just get your colour drop tool and press on the area you want to get your colour. So if I wanted white, I'd press there, and if I go to the blue that we want, we still get the same colour of blue, and that is how we want to get our colours for each part of Sonic. So what I'm going to do is get the fill bucket tool and simply just fill it in as it fills in quite nicely, and you don't have that gap between the lines and everything, so it fills it all very, very well. And you can do it for Sonic's body as well, and his little sort of tail spike at the bottom there in between his legs. So once you've got that, we can move on to the skin, which is, for the colour wheel you need H38, S41 and V100 for that colour. And once again, just colour drop with the colour tool, which is also known as the eyedropper, and you can just choose that colour. All you need is like a skin tone kind of colour if you're colouring with paper as well, as since you won't be able to get these colours so easily. So with Sonic, it's simply, if we go back to the blue, it's sort of merged into close to the lighter blue, but it still has a bit of blue to it, and it's not really dark at all, so it's kind of normal lightish toned blue to it, but not too light at all. So it still gets that blue gradient. So we'll fill in the skin now. Let's go for the mouth. The ears is stomach belly, and that should be nearly it. We've just got the arms, and there we go. Sonic's actually coming to life and he's looking great, but of course he's not done yet, and we need to get more colours. So we go to the eyes next, and it'll be the same for his gloves and his socks and everything. So we can now fill in these. So as you can see, we've got the straps of his shoe coloured in white, his socks are in white, as well as his gloves, and also his eyes. Now it's looking like Sonic Mario, isn't it? And to finish it off with the white, all you need to do is in between these gaps for his like eyes and his nose, where it shines and everything, the shine part of his eyes and nose, you fill that in with white as well. So all there's left to do is fill in his shoes. Then we'll move on to quickly shading in parts of Sonic's body, and then we'll be finished with the drawing. So once again, get your eyedropper color dropper tool, and for the red color we go for H0, S78 and V100 for your color tool for everything, for your color wheel. So we can straight away go to fill that in, and voila. There we go. That's great, it's looking brilliant. I'm really happy with this drawing. It looks superb and I think it's a great drawing. So all there's left to do is add in the shade. As you can see in Sonic's blue part of his head and everything, he's got some darker blue to his spikes and his ears, and then on his skin he's got a bit of a browny orange color darkness to it, shading and everything. And in the shoes he's got a bit of a darker red, and for the gloves and eyes, all the white areas, he's got a bit of grey. So we'll start off with the blue. So I'll just use my eyedropper tool to get it and try and use a big patch so you get the right consistent colour. So I've got H221 S76 V80 for Sonic's darker tone colour. And what we're going to do for this one is simply just create a new layer, and you can colour over everything a lot easier then. And then I will choose my, I believe it's my pencil paint tool, and we can just go over things a little bit easier there, as you can rub things out without worrying that you're going to destroy your drawing as it's on a different layer. So you're just rubbing out that bit of paint on that specific layer. So we'll start off with the bottom spike, and make sure that your color tool is big enough to do a bit of coloring without much difficulty. So I will probably get it to about, let's try 50. So guys, once you've finished the drawing, you should have something like this. Once you finish the colouring and added in all the coloured shading for Sonic in each part of his body features and everything, you should have something finished like this. And I hope your Sonic the Hedgehog has turned out well, whether it's on a digital art tablet program or on pencil and paper. So yeah, I think this has turned out really great. I'm really happy with this. It's probably one of the best digital art drawings of Sonic that I've done so far, and I can't wait to draw more digital art Sonic and keep improving and bring out more tutorials for you guys, as in the future I plan to do a Tails digital art drawing, and Knuckles one, just a lot more Sonic the Hedgehog characters, as well as characters of your choice that I leave in polls in the video. So if you guys do want to leave a comment of which character you'd like me to draw of your choice, your favorite character, and also have video polls like I say, and you can leave your vote of the choices that I leave you guys to choose in the poll and everything, which is cool. So yeah, I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. I hope your Sonic turned out great, and you can also leave a comment on rating this Sonic the Hedgehog out of 10, and if this tutorial helped you and you were able to learn a few things from this and draw Sonic a lot better. So yeah, be sure to hit that like button to show your appreciation if you enjoyed the video, and if you're new around here and also enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button to join this awesome community. And if you'd like to see more video game tutorials on how to draw Sonic the Hedgehog, or video game series as well, content on the channel. So yeah, this channel's growing very well. I'm really happy with the way everything is going, and it's great. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, week, wherever you guys are from. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!